All right, what do we got going on here?
Do you
Arrest
believe that
Obama?
any of this new information implicates former President Obama in criminal behavior?
We have referred and will continue to refer all of these documents to the Department of Justice and the FBI to investigate the criminal implications of this.
For even former
The
President
evidence.
Obama?
Oh yeah, by the way, nothing's gonna happen to Obama. It's
Correct.
bullshit.
The evidence that we have.
If nothing happened to Bush, right? If nothing happened, barely anything happened to Reagan, right? It's not gonna. Right, these presidents have immunity.
Found and that we have released directly point to President Obama leading the manufacturing of this intelligence assessment.
President, yesterday you've inferred that the former president helped lead a coup. Based on what you now see, do you believe President Obama is guilty of treason?
I'm leaving the criminal
high bar,
charges
but,
to the Department of Justice. I am not an attorney.
Look,
but as
when
I've
you
said
already had
previously,
presidents
when you
already
look at the
talking shit
intent
about other
behind
presidents,
creating
like,
a fake manufactured intelligence document that directly contradicts multiple assessments that were
you
created
literally
by the
had
intelligence
people on the
community.
campaign trail,
The expressed
right, talking
intent
shit
and
about
what
each
followed
other.
afterward can only be described as a years-long coup and a treasonous conspiracy. The stunning revelations that we are releasing today should be of concern to every American. This is not about Democrats or Republicans. This has to do with the integrity of our democratic republic. There is irrefutable evidence that detail how President Obama and his national security team directed the creation of an intelligence community assessment that they knew was false. They knew it would promote this contrived narrative that Russia interfered in the 2016 election to help President Trump win, selling it to the American people as though it were true. It wasn't. They manufactured findings from
I
shoddy
never
sources.
believed in the
They
Russian
suppressed
hoax
evidence
to begin
and
with,
credible
because then
intelligence
it's like,
that disproved
wouldn't
their false
Obama
claims.
be also in that
They
Russian
disobeyed
hoax too?
traditional
Because these guys are talking
tradecraft
to these
intelligence
fucking
community
world leaders
standards
all the
and
goddamn
withheld
time.
the
Well,
truth
not all
from
the
the
goddamn
American
time.
people. There was a
But
gross
from
politicization and
time to
manipulation
time, right? So that
of intelligence by the Obama
sense.
administration intended to delegitimize President Trump even before he was inaugurated. The
Also,
implications of
why would a
this
country
are
give up
far-reaching
their own
and have to do with the
sovereignty?
integrity
Right? That
of our
sounds fucking
democratic
retarded
republic.
too, by the way.
It has to do with an outgoing president taking action to manufacture intelligence to undermine and usurp the will of the American people in that election and launch
Right,
what
you-
would be a
You already had a
years-long
bunch of
coup
countries
against the
want
incoming President of the
sovereignty and
United States,
independence,
Donald
and they
Trump.
got it.
The House
And now you want to
Intelligence
give
Committee
away
oversight
your
report that we
sovereignty and
released today
independence?
reveals
What
that,
the
quote,
fuck? Why
unlike
did you
routine
fight that
intelligence
fucking
community
independence
analysis, the
war
intelligence
for?
community
Like, what?
assessment was a
Right.
high-profile product ordered
fuck?
by the president, President Obama. It directed senior intelligence community agency heads and created an intelligence community assessment limited to just 5 analysts using one principal drafter. This is not something that occurs in the normal path of producing an intelligence community assessment that reflects the views across the intelligence community.
Sure.
Given what the DNI just said and laid out, does President Trump believe that President Obama should go to jail for something?
Look, the president believes that this matter needs to be thoroughly investigated, and anyone convicted of crimes should be held accountable in this country. Go ahead.
Like I said, I don't think anything is gonna come out of it because he was president at the time. That's not gonna fucking motherfucker. It was the same thing with you. You're not right when you guys were running the country because you have a lot of political power and money to like move the country. Like come the fuck on. It was daily taking tranquilizers. Jeez. Wait, what?
After weeks of intense pressure on Donald Trump over his past relationship with disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein, all of a sudden the Russia hoax is back. Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard appeared at a White House press briefing this morning to allege the Obama administration misled the public about intelligence surrounding Russian interference in the 2016 election.
There is irrefutable evidence that detail how President Obama and his national security team directed the creation of an intelligence community assessment that they knew was false. They knew it would promote this contrived narrative that Russia interfered in the 2016 election to help President Trump win, selling it to the American people as though it were true.
Joining us live now, Sky News US analyst Michael Ware. Michael, good to see you today. A lot of folks would have thought this Russia hoax was done and dusted, but now it's back. Is this credible or is it just a distraction?
Well, that's the great question, isn't it? This is now a 9-year saga. It began in 2016.
Well, given what's been happening,
and it
I
continues now in
will not.
2025.
Look,
What President
I don't think it's
Trump's
credible
new
until they
Director of
actually
National
take action.
Intelligence, who sits above
Until
all the
actual
myriad
action
of
is
other
done, I don't
intelligence
see this as
agencies
credible.
and sifts their material to come
Well, a
to,
lot of these people like to
coherent
say a lot of shit
conclusions,
all the
is
time, but then
saying
never get anything done.
is that a new investigation that she's been conducting
Not my problem.
revealed the fact
it's
that
their witch hunt, right? It's not
then
mine.
President Barack
I'm just here to fucking
Obama
hang people, right?
manufactured intelligence.
I know
show
who to
that not
hang,
only
so
did
it's like I don't
Russia
give a fuck.
interfere
I'm just here
with
to
the
hang a
US
lot of
elections
people.
or meddle, but that they did so with the specific intent of
Yeah,
helping
we're on a lynching
President
party.
Trump
Yeah.
get elected. And in fact, they were really
Everyone's
going
on the
out of
fucking
their
docket.
way, according to Obama's fake intelligence, to defeat Hillary Clinton. She says that there were people working within the government during President Trump's first administration to undermine the president the first go round. And that's why this material was not released earlier.
Right.
Now, there's some problems with these conclusions, however.
I thought the Mueller investigation cleared Trump of this years ago.
Well, they cleared Trump of colluding with the Russians. The question is, did the Russians, off their own bat, for their own national interests, go out of their way to nonetheless help then candidate Trump?
Okay. If you're saying Trump colluded with the Russians, what about NATO? Could they? What about not NATO and not NATO specifically, but the European nations that are right next to fucking Russia? Like, how the fuck? They could have had some kind of dealings. Come on, don't do this. To say that, only America has any form of dealings with Russia is like, come on, dude. That's being fucking disingenuous as fuck. Especially when you guys are political leaders playing a fucking game of goddamn chess. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Tulsi Gabbard, the Director of National Intelligence, says,
this is
yes,
political
Obama
fucking
didn't
warfare
like
101.
The intelligence community assessments
you.
that
Jesus.
simply said,
Those are all
no,
fucking
no,
bitches.
the Russians were trying to influence the elections. And we know from one of the alleged co-conspirators that the Russians had sent undercover operatives here to gather atmospheric intelligence on what Americans were thinking.
Yeah,
that
what's
they
the
had
first thing to
created,
do? It's
internet
to
bots
it's to do
spew out
counterintelligence.
disinformation,
It's to
and
inform. It's to
all part of
misinform.
what this
It's
former
to
acting
flood
deputy
information.
director of the FBI says was
Because it's the
sweeping and
easiest low form of
sophisticated campaign by Russia
there's
to
low
nudge
stake
the
in it.
election. What the Obama administration concluded is that the Russians were never able to actually change the
It's
tally of the
practically
votes,
free.
but they
It's
were
free
able
advertising.
to try and get inside
To
voters'
just
heads.
flood places
Now,
with information,
as she
whether
said,
it's true or not.
Director of National Intelligence Gabbard said that after President Trump won, but before he took
The
office,
next step is doing
President
more,
Obama asked for more assessments, and
more physical
assessments
action.
and more assessments, until what she says is basically
Which is
he
like
got the
protesting
answer he
and stuff
wanted,
like that,
That
yeah?
Putin was indeed helping Trump. The Democrats point to the fact that, well, upon the candidate Trump's request,
There's a hierarchy
the
to when
Russians
you
did
do
hack
things.
Hillary Clinton's
Especially
emails.
when you're
They
fucking
did
trying to
hack
push
the
certain
Democratic
fucking
National,
narratives, right?
Committee. But by the
Oh,
same
maybe
token,
maybe
they
I
did
shouldn't say
attempt
these
to
things.
hack the Republican National Committee.
Yeah.
Either way, she's referring President Obama.
Why do you think it happens in
and
the
his head of
in these
CIA
industries where
and
people
National
leak information of
Intelligence
each other?
and
Yeah,
others and the FBI
it's
to
warfare.
the Department of Justice
They're
now
they're
and
there
to the
to
FBI
fucking
now
crush you.
for further investigation to see if this indeed is a criminal matter.
Yeah, I tell you what, the New York Post has reported on part of that today too, Michael, and part of it is evidence that Hillary Clinton had psycho-emotional problems that were being treated with severe sedatives, but Vladimir Putin chose not to release it before that year's election because he thought the Democrat would win.
Yes, well, that folds into something that the Director of National Intelligence said. She said that they got information that Hillary Clinton was daily, I believe, taking tranquilizers. And that was just one bit of very damning information that the Russians possessed, because the point of difference here is everyone agrees the Russians...
Oh yeah, by the way, the citizenry
tried to
are all
interfere
pawns.
with the election.
They're
It's
all
just
meant to be
why.
used as tools.
And the Obama administration says it was to help
Yeah,
Trump.
right. The kings
This
and
new
queens and
Trump
the
administration
rooks and the
investigation says no, it was simply to interfere, and Obama.
all
So they
the
interfered, but we just did. So the Trump administration
all the big
saying, hey, look,
pieces
they
in the
can try.
back.
We can't do much about that.
those are your
but we just didn't
generals,
do anything about it.
lieutenants, your commander in
To
chiefs.
help Trump. It was in fact to help Clinton.
Yeah, and
is
they're
what the
there to
Democrats-
move
is
the
what
country
they're
and
saying.
fuck you in the
And
ass.
In fact, Tulsi Gabbard said the most damning information against Clinton that the Russians possessed was held back because she claims that their assessment says the Russians actually thought Clinton would win. So they checked their fire and were going to dump all this poisonous information about Hillary Clinton shortly before her inauguration to undermine the American electorate.
Well, it goes on to say Russia's Foreign Intelligence Service, the SVR, quote, possessed Democrat communications that Clinton was suffering from intensified psycho-emotional problems, including uncontrolled fits of anger, aggression, and then cheerfulness. The report then states. So maybe sounds bipolar-ish.
It could indeed, but obviously we have to take with a grain of salt anything we believe that the Russians possess.
Sure.
But you just never know. If you never go, to use an Australian adage. But yeah, the Russians were definitely maliciously trying to interfere, but now the Trump administration was saying Obama manufactured the intelligence to skew it, to really put the knife.
Couldn't you say that Hillary
Right.
Clinton was
Before he
also
became
running
president.
gay
Heavy
ops
stuff there
too?
this morning.
I mean,
Good to see you,
like I
Michael.
said,
Thanks for
all
breaking
these
that
people
down.
are running fucking gay ops on each other. It's like I can't. It's just this constant political back and forth to divide people and to get fucking the votes. That's all it is. Get votes. Oh, what the fuck is that?
Hey, we go now to our top story tonight. The violent traffic stop involving William McNeil Jr. has sparked
Federal
outrage
judge is denying the
nationwide.
Department today for the first time since the incident went viral online. Williams spoke publicly about what happened that day in February.
Yeah, basically, what I was taught is
Is this guy?
Instead of fighting them on the street where we don't have power at, fight them in the courts.
Amen.
Jesus, you fucking
News4Jax
brother,
reporter
man,
Alicia
you
Hatcher
were-
was there as he stood alongside his family and civil rights attorneys at a
dude.
Jacksonville
They're
church.
gonna make it into a race
William
thing
McNeil
now.
Jr. spoke out for the first time right through these church doors, surrounded by his family and civil rights attorneys.
Dude, why do they always go to fucking religion and then motherfucker was evading police and was resisting arrest. Oh, now I want a civil complaint.
Briefly sharing what he
Dude, this
remembers
is the
from
issue
that
with our
day.
society.
The day I seen that video,
This is the issue with our society.
I couldn't finish it past the window breaking.
Literally got caught red-handed. It was like,
until
oh no, now I'm gonna
Maybe a few
countersue.
months ago, I finally finished the whole video.
That pain and trauma still fresh for William McNeil Jr.'s mother. Back in February, the 22-year-old college student was pulled over by Jacksonville sheriff's officers.
Yeah, this video was so fucking hilarious. Because he was told multiple times and he just stays there. It's like, yeah, fuck it.
They claimed his headlights weren't on, but what followed was far from a routine stop.
Fuck
on Wednesday, his family joined him at a news conference, visibly shaken as they shared their pain.
Fucking palm slapped him. Fuck you.
It made me upset. But I seen what my son did that I had to do. And he shot right.
Oh,
he did right. To see that is a hurting feeling.
William also briefly spoke.
Maybe if you would have just followed the police's orders, you wouldn't have any fucking problem.
Wow, I needed to step out the car when I know I didn't do nothing wrong.
Civil rights attorneys Ben Crump and Harry Daniels stood with McNeil, condemning the officer's actions.
The sheriff released some videos, and according to William, there's another video, another officer there. They didn't release this video. Officer had him at gunpoint. So now you're at gunpoint, and they telling you for not having headlights on, you better answer for a supervisor.
McNeil's attorneys say he was never interviewed by the state attorney's office before the case was cleared, calling for an independent investigation and accountability. Following the news conference, JSO Sheriff T.K. Waters released a statement saying that reads in part, in light of William McNeil Jr.'s public announcement that he has retained counsel, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office will not offer any further comment regarding the circumstances surrounding McNeil's February 19th arrest. Coming up on News4Jax X6, we'll hear more from William and why his attorneys say it's time for justice. For now reporting, Alicia Hatcher, Channel 4,
honestly, I don't think he's going to win. But you never know because you know how the courts are. As of right now, all the court systems are being used as activism platforms to political activism bullshit. So we'll see how things go. I don't think he deserves it, to be honest. He's a piece of shit. Deserves to be smacked around a bit, to be honest. He was literally caught, and it was like, "Oh no, I'm not gonna listen." I don't know.
Federal judge is denying the Department of Justice's request to unseal grand jury testimony tied to Jeffrey Epstein. It's one of 3 requests made by the DOJ. The 2 others are still active. As ABC's Perry Russum reports, a Republican on Capitol Hill warns that if the full Epstein files are not released, this story could drag into next year's midterms.
A federal judge in Florida today denying the Department of Justice's request to unseal grand jury records tied to Jeffrey Epstein. The request is one of 3 made by the DOJ. Yesterday, the judge overseeing the request in New York says he plans to rule
it's Hassan Diddy Piker's best
I
friend.
understand there are 2 other requests from the Department of Justice that are but I'll let this president speak to whether he wants to see an appeal.
It comes as Republican Senator Tom Tillis warns if the Epstein files are not released, this story could last through the midterms next year, when Republicans will be in a battle to keep the majority in the House and Senate. Tillis speaking with Axios.
If anybody thinks that this is going to go away because the House left the day early or something, this is going to be like those zombies in The Walking Dead. Every time you think you've killed it, another one's just going to come running out of the closet after you.
As Republican Congressman James Comer today formally subpoenas Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's co-conspirator, and the Department of Justice is planning to meet with her.
Yeah, apparently they're
today,
trying to get her.
Maxwell's
Well, she's subpoenaed
Could
again
she be
now.
counted on to tell the
Apparently,
truth? Is she a credible witness?
Maxwell's lawyer yesterday telling
honestly, I
ABC
don't think
News
they're going to get
Ghislaine
shit
will
out of her
always
again.
testify truthfully. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries accusing Republicans of hiding information.
She pleaded. She pleaded the 1, 2, 3, 4 feel
scandal and their
I plead
refusal
the
to share information to the American people, despite promising to do so. One must ponder the question, what are they hiding from the American people?
Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
Congressman James Comer is preparing to subpoena Ghislaine Maxwell. He says Maxwell will likely be interviewed by the House Oversight Committee in prison and not on Capitol Hill. She's serving a 20-year sentence in Florida.
20-year sentence in Florida. Yeah, but I just thought we'd look at this because it was funny.
Did what you had to. You're a hero. That may be true, but I'll have to live with this the rest of my life. Even though I'll be walking around a free man.
Hey, wait a minute. This kid isn't black, he's white.
Wait, what? Guilty! Look out!
If you don't know who George Zimmerman is, so this guy fatally shot Trayvon Martin. All right, that guy. Was he the hands up, don't shoot? It was the Michael Brown. That's what it was. Michael Brown is the hands up, don't shoot. That's the other one too. But yeah. See, back then, even all these fuckheads were doing it, right? Look at that. Young Cory Booker. Look at that shit. Al Green, younger Al Green. Look at that shit. Oh, remember Sheila fucking Jackson? Oh my god, this bitch. Holy shit. These three were the most fucking racist. But yeah, that's your politicians. I don't even remember who this bitch is. But yeah, this is your Black Lives Matter movement activists. This is what you guys brought up. Right, this is your new Black Panther movement, in a sense. Yeah, you know, your Black Power, yeah? You want your Black Power? There you have it. Your Black Power Brotherhood, yeah?
Hey! Do you mind? Is picture for me? No.
You all are cheating. You're cheating. You're cheating people.
One of the lesser discussed wondrous benefits of mass migration is the permanent presence at virtually every major tourist hotspot in virtually every major European city of migrant scammers. Lots of migrant scammers.
No picture, brother.
Hey! No.
Oh shit! Uh-oh. Hey! Why are you videotaping
This
us?
is
Hey,
Westminster
what are you
Bridge, literally one of the most
Why
heavily
are you
trafficked
watching
tourist
us
areas in London. Yet
dive?
if you film them, they spit at you.
Hey! That's disgusting. That is disgusting. Why film me? Why are you spitting?
Yes, perfectly reasonable to spit at people for filming in a prime tourist location.
Hey!
Oh, just keep fucking spitting on him and
Literal
shit. That's
assault
fucking
on
weird.
camera across the road from the Houses of Parliament. Openly committing crime all day. A 5-minute walk from New Scotland Yard, the headquarters of the Metropolitan Police. And next to nothing happens to them.
Oh shit!
I'm taking a video, not pictures. Wait, you don't understand? Wait, don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Westminster Bridge then.
This is London, by the way.
Westminster Bridge now.
I'm taking a video. No, that's not pictures. It's video. It's video. Do you mind? No, it's picture for me. Do you mind? It's picture for me. No, not for you.
Then.
I get so angry when you're just using your phone.
I'm okay, thank you. Can you not touch?
It's like that one person who Jenny TV, where the dude just fucking smacks. I guess smacks her phone. Oh, there it is again. There it was.
Then
They don't like being videotaped. I mean, they obviously come from a different country.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Then now.
What? Whoa! Don't assault me!
Here's how the 3-cup scam works.
They keep
First,
assaulting.
They use their stooges, their friends, to make it look like other tourists are winning money.
Other people stand by around them to act as part of the crowd, but they're all actors. This guy's an actor. This guy's an actor. This guy's an actor.
So they all play this. So they all. Oh, I
when
get.
the idiot tourist pays up to guess which cup the ball is hidden under.
Even
they
though
just
he took
hide
the ball,
in their
yeah, he
hand.
just-
The fact that people still hand over hard cash to these scumbags, despite this scam being notorious for a decade or more, really makes it hard for you to
Yeah, I
feel
don't
any
know why
sympathy for
people
them.
do this kind of shit.
You're gonna lose your money.
Well, I don't
You're gonna
know.
lose his money.
I guess they're trying to give him a.
The Metropolitan Police and local authorities are
Yeah,
aware
no,
of
they-
the issue
they
and
do
have
that on
taken steps
purpose.
to disrupt the activity.
'Cause
Like
they
fuck
obviously
they
have
When I lived
people
there, they were
around that-
literally there every single day. Years
Yeah.
later,
So,
they're-
right when you're doing a scam, right, ring, you obviously mix up the things first, and then allow the one person to like shoehorn someone in, but then let the person who shoehorn the person in play first to play them up, to hype things up. Oh man, since this person won, oh, it's legitimate, right? And then when they actually play, oh, you lose. Oh, sorry, right?
every single day. This is the very definition of a low
Right, they're
trust
trying to make it act
society.
legitimate. That's all they need.
Don't touch me.
Remember when self-driving cars felt like sci-fi in 2019? Today,
I mean,
over
the whole thing is
400,000
illegitimate, right?
Teslas drive themselves daily.
So
But here's what
they're
happened
literally
while you
there
weren't paying
fucking you in the
attention.
butt.
AI adoption exploded 270% in just 3 years. Companies using AI seemed absurd in 2019. Now they're reporting 15% higher productivity than their competitors. McKinsey predicts AI will inject 13 trillion into the global economy by 2030. The flip side, 375 million workers will need to completely switch careers. And most likely those jobs will require AI to a massive extent. Feel like everything around you is shifting at lightning speed? That's because
That's
it
true.
is. The question isn't whether AI will change
Well, I mean, the
everything.
issue
It
is we
already
don't
has.
know
The question
what
is, are you
exactly
positioning yourself
that's
to win,
shifting.
or
Right,
tired of
they're
watching
they're
from the
using they're
sidelines
going to be
while others
using
build the
robots.
future?
you
This
know.
is why I
It's
highly
just
recommend joining
how
this
many
two-day
how many
AI training,
robots
which
are
takes you
they
from beginner
employing to do
advanced
certain
AI
jobs?
professional in just
Right,
16
how many
hours.
jobs
It's
are going to
valued
get
at
cut, basically?
$895. But
And
I've
what's going to
partnered
be
with Outskill to provide
left over?
1,000 free seats for my learners. It's the world's first AI-focused education platform, which is backed by renowned AI investors and AI founders. This two-day program offers 16
Mr.
hours
Flippy
of
is
live
getting
AI training spread
a
across
lot
2
of
days, happening on the coming
brothers and
weekend on a
sisters.
Saturday and Sunday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. As I mentioned, this is a paid training valued at $895, but exclusively for my audience, you can attend it completely free. Find the link in the description to save your seat now before it expires. In this training, you'll gain in-depth knowledge on a wide range of subjects, including 20+ AI tools to build AI toolkit, prompt engineering to achieve incredible results, data analysis without coding, using AI in Excel and creating professional presentations effortlessly, building tools with AI without writing code, creating stunning images and videos using AI tools, developing AI agents, and automating your work to save time and boost productivity. And that's just the beginning. Professionals from tech and non-tech sectors like sales, marketing, HR operations, and even business owners and freelancers have attended it and loved it. Over 4 million people from 40 different countries have already participated. This training is for everyone. In fact, I'm getting my team to attend this workshop, and I would definitely recommend you attending too. Slots are filling up faster than ever, so click the link in the description to book yours. Make sure to join their WhatsApp community to receive all updates. Also, the introduction call and first session for the 2-day training happens on Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, so don't miss this. The past really is a different country.
This is a good song too.
London Underground then.
Too bad it doesn't look like
Underground
that
now.
anymore. Yeah, it looks bad. Oh, what the fuck? Ugh. What the fuck? What is happening?
They'll call you racist for saying London no longer looks like it's in England, then admit
What
they
the
like
fuck
living
just
there because it
happened?
looks like India.
I like this place because it looks like India.
It looks like India, yeah?
Meanwhile, across
It
the
looks
channel
like
in
India,
Paris,
yeah?
migrant
Wow.
scammers may look a bit different, but their behaviour is very similar indeed.
This is Paris. That's me running for my life after flying here to expose
Oh yeah, we were
scammers like
gonna watch this.
You tried to scam me. 30 total.
And this gang of illegal migrants that might just try to kill you if you record them selling souvenirs.
Gotta give them some
What?
credit though. Spitting is so passé. When it comes to
There's
methods of assault,
there's also those Buddhists that sell those fucking prayer beads. Yeah, those prayer beads that they try to give you. Yeah, they want you to give them money for those. Right, I think in Vegas they have those guys that just walk up to you and are like, "Please buy our prayer." Right, they just walk up to you and then try to hand you it, and they expect you to give them money back for it. Louisiana has them, right? If you go to the French Quarter,
they're a lot more creative.
and now you have them in London. Oh, throws money.
Oh, what the fuck?
Is that a dead bird?
And their propensity for
Did they
being
just throw a
aggressively
dead
camera
bird at
shy
him?
is
What
way
the
more
fuck?
vehement.
Oh, he's touristic. Hey, I want to no. Close.
You can't tell him. The funny thing is, you can't tell him. Oh, whoa!
Weapon of choice
Yeah,
for
I'd kick
violently
him in the
attacking
nuts right there.
tourists. Cheap
The fact that he
mini
just
Eiffel
tried to
towers.
assault you
Eiffel
already.
Tower then.
So let's go with this fucking kick him in the
for
nuts.
their first view of what everyone
Fuck you,
expects to see
shit,
first in
bitch.
Paris. The Tour Eiffel, the Eiffel Tower, what else?
Eiffel Tower now.
This is not French people, okay?
Ah, yes.
This is African.
Then.
But it gives you the topmost view of the Parisian panorama. Paris is yours
Damn.
to enjoy.
Now.
Even the cameraman got jumped.
No filming. This is Paris. What are you doing? What are you doing? Hey, no. Hey.
Meanwhile, in Florence,
There's a big problem here in Florence with these guys putting their posters on the ground and then trying to steal money from tourists when they step on it. It's a big scam in Florence. Look at these guys.
It was at this moment that he knew.
My problem is you fucking with tourists. Did you pay him?
No.
No? No. No, you and then you try to fucking punch me.
In Rome,
Italy's got a problem. Tourists, watch out for this.
You're from Texas.
How did you know?
Because you like black people.
Of course, man.
You've been to Africa?
No, never, man. Where are you from?
Kenya.
It looks like you're at a Taylor Swift concert handing these out. No, man, I can't take it, though. You sure? I can't take it, though, man,
You
really.
don't need to embarrass me, please, because you are a good man.
I can't take it, though, man.
Yeah,
Don't
no,
need to
these
embarrass
people
me.
are sketchy as fuck.
You need something for my family in Africa, please.
What?
Something.
You just said don't worry about
Something.
it. No, man, take it back. How much are you earning a day asking people for this?
Don't interest you.
No, it interests me, man. It interests
Don't
me.
interest you. Go away.
Well, how much are you earning doing this to people, man? Pretending to be their
Do you
friends.
need problem for me?
Why are these people allowed to operate across the country? It just blows my mind.
in Vienna,
Why?
There's still two.
Too
Yeah.
bad. You all are cheap.
There's all types of people that
You're cheating.
do
You're
this
cheating
kind of
people.
shit.
I am a cheat.
Wait, so
In
so
Madrid?
that woman, so basically that woman was helping that fucking scammer. So these scammers essentially try. I don't know how many friends they get, or how many people they rope into in their fucking little scheme. But yeah, it seems like they rope in that small crowd, right? And then they try to get unsuspecting people, right?
Where are you from?
Inglaterra.
Maybe one day go to Africa, Uganda.
Yeah, maybe one day.
Hakuna Matata.
All right. Yeah.
Africa?
Oh, it's okay,
Not for
mate.
you.
No, I don't want it. No estoy interesado. Déjame en paz.
in Valencia.
How many pesos? How many pesos? 40. That costs $2 in China.
This is actually illegal here. I had a conversation with the police off camera,
and they said this is illegal, but unfortunately they can't do much because they arrest these people and they get released almost instantly. And there's no punishment.
Tourist hotspots slammed as full to the
Yeah,
gills
I
with
mean,
people
I think it's the
hassling
same-
and
yeah,
scamming.
it's-
All
they're not
over
enforcing the
Europe,
laws,
the once revered elegance and
They're
sophistication
too scared
of
to
our
be
greatest
labeled
cities is
racist.
being subsumed
Right.
under the sheer weight of cultural enrichment.
Oh, you're racist because you're putting these people in jail who are doing
If you
illegal
value
scams.
what I do and you want to help support me, please visit
They're doing illegal soliciting
pauljosephwatson.locals.com and either
scams,
pledge a
but
one-time
we're not gonna
donation
put
or
these people in
subscribe
jail.
to
We're
join
just gonna
my
let them
community, get
scam
early
people. It's
access
okay.
videos,
It's
and
okay.
message me directly. And exclusive live streams coming
Yeah.
soon too. Promise. Check out the locals link down
Sounds
in
like
the
VTuber
description. Don't
companies.
forget to
They
take
love
a look at the
scamming people,
brand
yeah.
new website modernity.news. That's where you'll find all my content, including exclusive articles. That's modernity.news.
Yeah, gotta love the government. This is why I don't trust influencers or content creators, right? Because they're literally the same way. I mean, just look at what Amaranth was doing. Shady ass bitch. I mean, just look at what fucking Frogan and all those fucking retards were doing. Yeah, fucking shady as fuck. Shady. What do you got here?
Ghislaine Maxwell's attorney just dropped a bombshell, and Washington, D.C. is in panic mode.
Oh yeah, Hassan's in
Before
there
we get
too.
into the
Shady
story,
as
please
fuck.
like, comment, and share Explain
Deserve-
America.
like, all
We
those
appreciate
people
your
deserve to
support
get
for
hung.
common sense journalism. Now, Ghislaine Maxwell, the notorious madam for the
Oh, no,
human
that's too
trafficker
mean,
and
that's
longtime
too mean.
partner
Shut
of
the
Jeffrey
fuck up. I don't give a
Epstein,
fuck what you
is now
say.
in active discussions with the Trump Department of Justice about
Fucking
testifying.
care about your fucking feelings.
That's not
faggot.
speculation. That's a direct statement from her attorney, who told CNN, quote, Ghislaine will
A lot of
always
people that do
testify
shady
truthfully.
shit.
We are
Maybe
grateful to
stop doing
President
shady
Trump for
shit
his
and it'd
commitment
be
to
fine.
uncovering the truth
But
in
no,
this case,
you keep wanting
Now,
to do
Deputy
shady
Attorney
shit.
General
Well,
Todd
you're gonna
Blanche
get fucking
has
hung.
confirmed he's personally reached out to Maxwell's legal
The
team
lynching is
and
gonna
intends to
begin,
meet
yes.
with her. And that changes everything. For years, the Epstein investigation has been stonewalled, sanitized, and covered up, with sealed records, mysterious deaths, and official denials that any client list ever existed. But now the game is shifting. Maxwell, the woman described by former Epstein lawyer Alan Dershowitz as the Rosetta Stone of the entire operation, may finally speak. And Congress is already moving. The GOP-led House Oversight Committee has confirmed they are preparing to subpoena Ghislaine Maxwell for formal testimony. Representative Tim Burchett pushed for it. Chairman James Comer signed off on it. The motion passed by a voice vote. And now the committee will coordinate with the DOJ and the Bureau of Prisons to schedule Maxwell's deposition. That's a big move, and it signals that at least some lawmakers are serious about pulling the curtain back on what Epstein and Maxwell were really doing, who they were working with, who they were protecting, who they were serving. Let's not sugarcoat it. Powerful people are sweating right now. This all comes down to the Justice Department and FBI releasing a suspiciously vague, unsigned memo on July 6th claiming Epstein had no client list. That memo was met with bipartisan outrage and immediate skepticism from legal experts and the public alike. President Trump has publicly called it a hoax, and he didn't spell out exactly what he meant by that. But insiders
I mean,
believe
he
was
never,
representing
right?
the
These people
possibility that
never
false
do.
evidence or
Whenever they
politically
say shit, they
planted documents
never
were slipped into the
elaborate
Epstein
any
files
further.
to discredit or derail the
Right,
investigation.
especially when it becomes
Look no
legal
further than
stuff,
the
legal
birthday
battles, they
card that
barely
was
elaborate.
Supposedly written
They just
by
say it
Trump,
and it's
it
just
was
like, yeah, we're
published
gonna do
by
this.
The Wall Street Journal.
Okay,
Well, they're
well,
being sued for $10 billion.
I guess.
And
I
Trump
sure.
just settled
And
a
how much
huge
money
case
is this gonna
with
fucking take?
CBS. So,
Because this is
yeah,
taxpayer
they're playing with
taxpayer money. It's going
But
into the
there's real
fucking court
concern,
system,
even
yeah.
among Trump allies,
Especially
that
if you're going to
operatives
use taxpayer
within
money
the
to
intel
fucking
community
do
tried
your
to
legal
poison the
battles.
well to protect certain names or sabotage disclosure entirely. Speaker Mike Johnson weighed in on this story, saying, quote, "We're not going to play political games with this. We want any individual involved in the Epstein evils to be brought to justice," unquote. But behind the scenes, there's gridlock and deal making. This week, House GOP leaders
Yeah,
were
I mean,
forced
the
to
fact that
recess
they
a
had
Rules Committee
to
meeting
get
after
Congress
Democrats
to
attempted
sign
force
off
a
on
vote to
like
release the
Epstein
full
stuff
Epstein
is really
files.
fucking weird.
However, there are some questions
What?
about how they did that, including poison pills that they slipped into legislation. And
I thought
now,
it'd be
Ghislaine
more
Maxwell
for the
potentially is
DOJ
ready
to like
speak,
make a
and the stakes
ruling,
have
but
gone
no.
through the roof.
Apparently Congress
Just last
has
week,
to
the
make a
Trump
ruling, which
administration
is
asked
like,
the
what?
federal judge to approve the release of grand jury testimony in
What
both
does that
the
have to
Epstein
do
and
with
Maxwell
anything?
cases. And with Attorney General Pam Bondi already in court pushing to unseal Epstein's records, we're seeing multiple pressure points converge at once. It's all coming to a head. If Maxwell testifies under oath, with immunity or without, it could expose the inner workings of one of the most well-protected, well-connected criminal networks in modern history. One that touched governments, media, finance, and
Correct.
Intelligence. DC is panicking.
Yeah, this is what...
And for good reason.
Yeah, a lot of the people, it's like, yeah, this bitch was in every facet of fucking industry. Motherfucker was getting girls to go to these fucking islands, dude. Like, come on the fuck on. This is some shady fucking shit. And there's so many fucking big players at play here, possibly.
This has been Kyle Becker with Explain America. Please like, comment, and share. It helps us keep Americans informed about what's really going on in this country.
And we're talking about players that fucking, you know, give money to the government and kind of run the government. These are like some, essentially, right? They're mysterious people. Because they hide from prying eyes of the fucking public. Marrying him... Oh. Corruption. Fuck. Marrying him to make this colonizer's kid brown. This one is for you, Mexico. Oh. So stupid. Going. Oh, she got a white baby instead. Oh, that's... Gotcha. Oh, looks like your baby didn't get tan. That he got the white. Pay us what you owe us. Pay us what you owe us. Oh, god damn. Oh my god. This is way too fucking good. This is, both those are just way too fucking good. Oh, did I? I fucked that one up. Oops. Alright, here we go. This is a little common sense gun control. Shall not be infringed, block. A reason for both of us to be suffering.
We have a lot of stakes in the conflicts and the climate crisis that causes people to be refugees and have to come to another country. They're not.
Wait, what? I'm sorry. Climate crisis, and then they have a climate crisis, so they become refugees because of that climate crisis. Sorry, what? What are you fucking talking? You know how many times fucking Taiwan gets hit with like earthquakes and fucking tsunamis, and they stay on their fucking land and not fucking try and invade other people's shit? Alright. They don't become refugees, right? They go back to their fucking goddamn country and then fucking fix it.
Choosing to leave their country at their home, their children, their parents,
Children, you shit. About children.
Let's see that on instant replay.
About children, you shit. About children.
Show a fucking fork. Because Olympic officials bar transgender women for... Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I saw this. Yeah, they finally stopped them from entering. FBI, Epstein files, Epstein, JFK, Hunter Biden laptop, MLK, RFK, Nashville shooter, Las Vegas shooter. Yeah, we still don't have a lot of information about a lot of these guys. Right? They still didn't release a lot of information on some of this stuff. Which is just odd. Right, and the Las Vegas shooter was so fucking long ago, and they still haven't, like, given us a lot of information on this shit. To me, I think some bad shit happened on the Las Vegas shooter, so that's why they don't want to release any information. I think some shit went down. Like some psyop shit, some gay ops, you know. Don't shoot, I'm retarded. Prove it. Oh yeah, this guy. There's no Epstein client list. We need to release the Epstein list because we care about children. You lost 325,000 children during the Biden admin and said nothing. The illegal immigration, right? I'm willing to testify before Congress? No, you're not. That's a fucking lie. That's a good one. That's a fucking good one. Yeah, I mean, we should... The whole idea on voting to release the Epstein files, it's so stupid. Why is there a vote needed? Just fucking release the shit. Like, what? Yeah, then they have vacation until September because they're on, right. They have downtime. Yeah, and then, yeah, exactly. Women just have... Right, the fact that you have the WNBA women crying about wanting better wages, when it's like, you know that in other industries, women earn a lot more money than you, right? You know that you're getting paid chump change compared to those women, right? And you guys are athletes, by the way. Other people are just like office desk workers. Like working for the government sometimes. They migrate to get free stuff. Yeah, I swear to God, a lot of people just keep coming over to America or the Western countries to do soliciting bullshit, right? To become a bum. Be a hobo, just like Asmongold. I'm just kidding. he's not a hobo. Anyways, there it is. Mean the left. All right, and then oh yeah, let's take a look at this Epstein this stuff too.
Bill Cosby made a deal with prosecutors not to be prosecuted, and prosecutors reneged on that deal, and he was set free.
Well, Bill Cosby is a free man today after a stunning decision by the Pennsylvania Supreme Court. The actor spent nearly 3 years behind bars on a sexual assault conviction. However, the court vacating Cosby's conviction because of an agreement Cosby had with a prosecutor.
Jussie Smollett made a deal with prosecutors who didn't even have authority to make the deal. And the court said he was set free.
Breaking news out of Illinois, where the state
Yes.
Supreme Court there has overturned Jussie Smollett's 2021 conviction. Smollett convicted on charges of falsely reporting a 2019 hate crime against himself.
Ghislaine Maxwell, she also has a deal with prosecutors that says she is immune from prosecution. They reneged on that deal and sent her to jail for 20 years.
In their petition, her defense attorneys write in part, quote, a defendant should be able to rely on a promise that the United States will not prosecute again without being subject to a gotcha in some other jurisdiction that chooses to interpret that plain language promise in some other way. We're asking this morning, what are the chances Maxwell's conviction gets overturned.
So the U.S. government entered into an agreement that it would not prosecute any of Jeffrey Epstein's co-conspirators, no matter who they are, no matter where they were. But Ghislaine Maxwell was prosecuted by the United States government, even though the government said it wouldn't. So let's talk about Ghislaine Maxwell's appeal to the Supreme Court.
Well, I mean,
So
let
me break
like
this
I keep
down
saying, she
very
pled
concisely
the fifth.
so we all understand what's going on. First, let's talk about what happened. Now, most of you who know about the Epstein story can fast forward this part, but this is just going to be a quick background on Epstein, why Ghislaine Maxwell's in jail, and then we can talk about why she's asking the court to overturn it. So back in 2005, a Florida family reported that an underage person had been abused by someone in power. The police gathered evidence and found several more victims. And in July 2006, Jeffrey Epstein was indicted for solicitation of prostitution and a whole bunch of other crimes. Now, in 2007, Epstein negotiated what's known as a non-prosecution agreement, or NPA, with federal prosecutors, led by U.S. Attorney Alexander Acosta. Acosta actually went on to become Labor Secretary under President Trump in his first administration. Now, in this non-prosecution agreement, when you scroll down to page 5 of 7, in consideration of Epstein's agreement to plead guilty and to provide compensation in the manner described above, if Epstein successfully fulfills all the terms and conditions of this agreement, the United States also agrees it will not institute any criminal charges against any potential co-conspirator of Epstein, included but not limited to Sarah Keelan, Adriana Ross, Leslie Goff, or Nadia Morrison-Kova. So this agreement was so thorough that it immunized not only Epstein, but anyone who co-conspired with Epstein to commit these crimes. And this is a very, very, very strange agreement because generally you can only make a plea agreement for yourself. You can't make a plea agreement to immunize everyone who may have worked with you in the criminal organization. But the government said it was okay for Epstein to do that. So with this deal in place, this meant
it's okay for him to do it because he's a very special client. Yeah, fucking faggots. I'm sorry. That was rude for me to say.
Conspirators would be immune from federal prosecution in the Epstein case. And also, any of those adults who may have...
I don't have any sympathy for people who do, like, human trafficking shit. I just
been doing interesting things with underage people would also be immune. Now, Epstein fulfilled his part of the agreement, and in 2019, Epstein was arrested again. Now, we all know what happened to Epstein. He never made it to trial because of things that happened in a maximum security prison while he's under...
Wait, so that's what it looked like? Those were the ripped up sheets and everything? Holy shit. How did he... What the fuck is all this?
While he's under self-harm watch, but we're not going to go into that. Epstein is now gone, and the only other person you can really hold accountable is Ghislaine Maxwell because
take his own life
she was Epstein's number one, and she was the quote madam of the whole operation. So Maxwell is arrested, and she is prosecuted based on being one of Jeffrey Epstein's co-conspirators. But hold on, you may say, hold on. What about that agreement that gave Ghislaine Maxwell and all the Epstein co-conspirators immunity? What about that deal? Can't she say that that protects her from prosecution?
Well, I mean, apparently they're walking it back
because that's the first thing she brought up before the trial. Like, hey, I'm immune from prosecution by the feds because we have an agreement in place. Jeffrey Epstein's agreement clearly states they can't go after any of his co-conspirators. And on top of that, Jeffrey Epstein fulfilled his part of the agreement. So at the trial court level and at the Second Circuit Court of Appeals, they said no. First, both courts acknowledged that Ghislaine Maxwell does have immunity. Quote, in arguing that the NPA, non-prosecution agreement, barred her prosecution by the U.S. Attorney's Office of the Southern District of New York, Maxwell cites the portion of the non-prosecution agreement which the United States, blah, 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 agrees that it would not institute any criminal charges against any potential co-conspirators of Epstein. But then that court goes on to conclude that that agreement only is good in the Southern District of Florida, and the Southern District of New York can prosecute Ghislaine Maxwell Maxwell and upheld the conviction. So what the court is essentially saying is that everyone who is protected under this agreement is only protected in the Southern District of Florida. So they can be prosecuted anywhere else in the country if one of those U.S. prosecutors chooses to do so. Now, this was the opinion of the Second Circuit Court of Appeals, but in the United States, there are 13 different circuits.
Yeah.
And these 13 different circuit courts don't always agree. And when it comes to this issue, where if you make an agreement with one federal prosecutor in one district, whether it covers the entire United States or just covers that one particular district, the circuits are split. For instance, the Third Circuit, the Fourth Circuit, the Eighth Circuit, and the Ninth Circuit all agree that if the government comes to a non-prosecution deal in any district, it binds all U.S. attorneys nationwide. So let's apply this to the Maxwell situation. If Ghislaine Maxwell was being prosecuted in the Third Circuit, then those federal prosecutors would not have been able to charge or convict her on any crime because they would have held that the agreement in Florida applied in the Third Circuit. Now, that is obviously very different than what happened in the Second Circuit, and the Seventh Circuit also has this rule that unless the agreement itself says it's nationwide, then the agreement is limited to the district in which it's made. So as of right now, you have two circuits saying, hey, those agreements are localized to those districts, and you have four circuits saying, no, those agreements apply nationwide. Who makes the call to determine which side is right? Are the four circuits that say it's nationwide, are they right? Or are the two circuits, the minorities, who says it applies only to the district, are they correct? Now, when you have such a circuit split as we have in this particular case, the Supreme Court generally takes the case to resolve the circuit split, because you don't want to have a situation like we have now.
If the circuits are
Ghislaine
split,
Maxwell
that means it would have to go
Third
to the
Circuit. She wouldn't be able to be prosecuted, but if she crosses the border to the Second Circuit, she can get a lifetime prison sentence. So now I'm going to ask you to play Supreme Court justice.
That would mean people can choose which circuits to go into.
There's a promise made by a United States attorney on behalf of the United States to not prosecute co-conspirators bind other federal districts or that one U.S. attorney's office. Now, honestly, I do not think the Supreme Court is going to take this case at all, but if they do, here is why I think Maxwell probably has the better argument. First, the Supreme Court precedents seem to favor a nationwide interpretation, where an agreement in one district binds the entire government nationwide. And one case I like to point to is Giglio v. United States, 405 U.S. 150 from 1972. In that case, the Supreme Court held that the prosecutor is a representative of the United States, not a local agent. It says, quote, the prosecutor's office is an entity. A promise made by one attorney must be attributed to the government. And essentially allowing one district
are they operating
in the allowing another district to take up that same matter and prosecute that person after a guilty plea seemingly violates both due process and double jeopardy principles. Now, the second reason I think Maxwell's argument is more persuasive is that most circuits, or the majority of circuits, agree with Maxwell's position. The Third Circuit, Fourth Circuit, Eighth Circuit, and Ninth Circuit all hold that a promise made by one U.S. attorney binds the entire federal government. And the Second Circuit's opinion that it doesn't is a minority rule, only held in the Second and Seventh Circuit. Now, if the Supreme Court does take this case, I don't know how they would rule, but I believe that when the United States enters into a non-prosecution agreement and promises immunity to co-conspirators, that promise binds federal prosecutors nationwide unless the agreement explicitly limits its scope. Now, before you guys jump down my throat and says, hey, Nate, you're protecting these crazy elites who've done these horrible things to children. I'm giving you a hard law lesson here. I think Maxwell should be in jail for life. But I'm talking about a legal outcome based on the laws we have on the books. And this is not the first time something like this has happened. Bill Cosby, for instance. Bill Cosby had a non-prosecution agreement with the DA out there in Philadelphia. The DA reneged on the deal and prosecuted him, sent him to jail in the state Supreme Court. It went all the way up to the Supreme Court. And they said, no, he had a deal, set him free. And now Bill Cosby is free because the prosecutors
there's a lot of criminals and drug people running around doing illegal shit.
The local district district attorney
They hanged
didn't
him
even
already.
have authority
What the fuck are
to
you
make a
doing?
deal with Jesse. But they did anyway. And Jesse did pay $10,000 fine and did community service. And the Supreme Court said, hey, because he did everything you told him to do, and he believed that the state's attorney had the authority to make the deal, even though the state's attorney did not have the authority to make the deal, the state Supreme Court upheld the deal. So I think in terms of consistency, fairness, and integrity of federal promises and the federal court system, the federal government is one sovereign. And if a representative of that sovereign says, we're not going to prosecute you if you plead guilty, and we're not going to prosecute any of your friends if you plead guilty, and if you do your part of the deal, I don't believe they can renege on their part of the deal. All right, so now I'm going to do this, even though I know I'm going to pain me because I'm going to have to read all the comments, but I'm asking you to tell me in the comments section, where do you come out on this case? Now, we all know Ghislaine Maxwell's a horrible person, deserves life in prison. No one doubts that. But I'm asking you to look at this not as an advocate, but as a justice, someone who's looking at this neutrally. Now, to make it very, very clear, the government has acknowledged Ghislaine Maxwell has immunity from prosecution. No one denies that. We're talking about the extent of that immunity. The majority of circuits in the United States,
it's just crazy that they gave her immunity.
and she shouldn't have been prosecuted. A minority of circuits says she doesn't. Which side do you agree with? And before I get out of here, I do want to say the Jeffrey Epstein deal from 2007 and gave all known and unknown co-conspirators immunity, that is a sweeping deal. That's crazy. But it shows you how powerful the elites are, at what lengths the government will go to protect them. And I'm just going to be honest with you people. You'll never get anything from the Epstein list. You just won't. And to show you how deep this goes, that deal they gave Jeffrey Epstein, essentially, if the Supreme Court does take this case and holds that none of their co-conspirators can be prosecuted, all of those people who are listed in those documents who may have done things with underage people will essentially have immunity for life. Insane stuff. I know that's the fear, but understand, this is where law and emotions come to the head. For Bill Cosby case, the same thing. For Jussie Smollett case, the court had to overcome the tragedies of those facts, the horrors of what had happened, and make the best decision based on the law. And I'm asking, can you do that? It's a tough job, but I got faith in you. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe.
No,
like,
I can't do that. I want to hang people. There's too many people getting off scot-free. Too many criminal
section. My name is Nathan Lawyer. I'm out.
There's literally people in our government running fucking corruption rings. Fuck that shit. Fuck that. Hang these people. Hang them. No immunity. I mean, it was the same way Biden got pardoned everyone, right? Fuck that shit, dude. Fucking shady as shit. Alright, there we have it. Nate the Lawyer. Alright, give a like and subscribe to all the stuff we saw.